Absolutely yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Paul? You are through to the next round.
Okay, so he went on to win. He was then invited to America the next week. He was on NBC Today program the next week. The American numbers for the American series that was on at the time went up by 2 or 3 percentage points. It can change that quickly on a dime. Also, I mean, just sometimes you get lucky. He happened to turn up in Cardiff. And those of you who know the UK at all, Wales is the land of song. Cardiff is the home of opera, if there is a home of opera in England. That was true. What that audience did there was true. I was there that afternoon by chance, and they did. They went berserk. But particularly because they thought he was going to be one of the delusional ones. And you saw Simon and Piers, that look was genuine as well. So it seems at the moment that we're on that move. Just as I finish, that's kind of it. But what is coming next, I've kind of cheated by answering what just happened. I think what's coming next, if I could guess at all, is the big variety shows. It seems to me you have your own hit here with Stefan Raab, the Beat the Host show, which I think is a fantastic show. I think the issue is Stefan Raab replaceable anywhere else in the world? I don't know. But those big variety shows, America's just piloted an old format called Wanna Bet or You Bet. Gladiators, I think, is going to make a comeback this year in America. The big studio event shows, I think, are what's next. But how do you make them 21st century in the way that Millionaire made the money ladder right for its time?
Thank you very much, Paul. Very interesting. In your job, how far ahead really do you think? We hear in business about 1-year plans, 3-year plans. What's the company going to be doing in 5 years? In your job, what sort of time frame are you thinking about?
At the moment, we are almost closed for 2008. Mm-hmm. Certainly for any long lead scripted material. So comedy and drama's closed for 2008. Entertainment very nearly closed. I mean, there's always room to sneak something else in. What we'll do now, the autumn season is obviously just launching this next 3-4 weeks. We'll make sure those shows get to air safely, or we have to make changes if we do have to make changes. Then by October, we'll be thinking about 209 already, in terms of what we might pilot during 208 or test out to transmit during 209.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'd like to welcome Gary Carter. It's a tantalizing title, The Life After the Death of Television. I leave the floor to you, Gary.
Thank you very much. I have flu, so my apologies for any strange noises. But if I do fall over, don't panic. Paul has offered to sing Nessun Dorma for you. If you'd rather hear Paul sing Nessun Dorma than listen to me talk, shoot me. All right. My name is Gary Carter. I work at FremantleMedia, where, as you've just heard, I have the unlikely and slightly Star Wars titles of President Creative Networks and Chief Creative Officer, FMX. If you speak at conferences, like I do, you will know that questions, like formats and technologies, come in and out of fashion. At the moment, there are 3 questions which you get asked from the floor, and the first of these is, so what's the next big thing? The second is, do you think people will want to watch television on a mobile phone? And the third is, and what is the business model? I'm not going to answer any of these questions. I'm going to go straight for the great big life or death question, the elephant in the room. Is there life after the death of television? And if so, what does that life look like? In case you haven't realized already, I have to warn you that I have no particular qualifications for doing this. Not from a technological point of view, not from a commercial point of view, and probably not from any point of view at all, but then, of course, that's what makes me a television executive. I do have some limited qualifications from speaking from a creative point of view. First of all, I am creative. I'm pretty good at flower arranging, for example, and I'm wearing a